I'm going to share with you guys today the 3 steps to my listing presentation. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. As always, if you guys are enjoying these videos, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. I come out with coaching tips like this on a weekly basis. So I'm going to share with you the 3 steps to my listing presentation. But before we get going with that, I wanted to set a few ground rules for you. Now, if you listen to my coaching, you're going to learn some very powerful tactics, some very powerful scripts along the way. But it's important for you guys to always do the right thing when it comes to your clients' needs. When we use a tactic like this, the 3-step listing presentation, we need to make sure that we're always doing the right thing for the client. You'll be able to, push clients a certain way, make them make a decision, but you always have to have their best interest at heart, please. It is the right thing to do, and it is also the most profitable thing to do. I understand that, if you're looking to do a sale today and it turns out that, it's not the right time for the client, you might be hungry to get that commission, get that deal done. But in the long run, if you do the right thing and you give the client the right advice, you'll always end up being more profitable. Okay? So here it is. We'll get started with step number 1. Whenever I walk into a listing presentation, I always try to learn more about the person. They're about to undertake a very large transaction. For a lot of our clients, it is the biggest transactions of their lifetime up to that point. Some transactions could range into the millions, but for most, it's going to be in the multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that's a lot of money, right? So I always try to familiarize myself with the client. As a self-classified introvert, I always found it difficult at first to build rapport with clients, but I learned this very useful trick early in my career. I call it the Ford. So I forget where I picked it up. I'm sorry for whoever invented it, but thank you for inventing it. The Ford acronym is super easy to jog your brain. It's a memory jogger in order to help you build rapport with people that you're meeting for the first time. So FORD is the acronym, and it stands for family, occupation, recreation, and dream. If you're meeting somebody for the first time and you really don't know what to talk about, maybe ask them, do you have kids? Did you grow up in the area? And then you go there and you try to build rapport with them, try to understand where they're coming from. Then if, that's all interesting, you can move on to occupation. You could ask them about their job. Then you can move on to recreation, talk about what they do for fun, and dreams, which is a perfect segue for step number 2, which is identifying their primary motivation. Now, this is what's super powerful. If you dig deep enough, right? If you ask people, why are you selling? Well, I just need to sell. Yeah, but why? There's always a reason behind things. Well, I've had a lot of unfortunate situations where, it was a divorce, and, I'm sitting there and, I've got a husband and wife like at 2 separate ends of the table, and I can feel the vibe not going super well. A lot of people think it's in their best interest to hide that from you, but as a good listing agent, you should really know what's going on in that household and see, is it really a pressing matter to get the house sold, right? You really want to find out what their motivation is. Do they want to move closer to their kids in another city? Do they think that the market's about to crash and they want to get out and, take out their money? Well, you need to identify that, because I've been in instances where, people were thinking that their house was way too much, but they had some other circumstances, like let's say a pending foreclosure or pending repossession or tax problems, stuff like that. If you can learn about that stuff, you can advise the clients in the right way, right? And you can identify if it's a good idea for them to sell at that moment or not. You are an advisor. I know a lot of us, we have salesperson in our title, but people are calling real estate agents for the right advice. And that's why I'm saying you always have to do the right thing by the client, always act in their best interest to do the right thing. And getting access to that real motivation will really give you the opportunity to hit on that. I could call it a pain point, right? Well, you really want to be next to your live close to your family. Well, then, let's get the ball rolling and let's sell this place so you can move closer to your family or whatever the reason may be. And that's step number 3, is just asking for the contract. Now, a lot of you might be listening to this and say, hey, we didn't even talk about marketing. We didn't talk about that. No, a lot of times you won't even have to talk about all that stuff. I'd say have it ready, have it in your back pocket, as I would say, what type of marketing you do, stuff like that. But when I was a new realtor, oftentimes I would flip around my laptop and I would show my clients, the beautiful listing presentation that I had prepared. And a lot of them honestly really didn't care. They wanted to know about me, know about, what the house is worth and stuff like that. But oftentimes you can ask for the close even before you get into all that stuff. All right. Now, once that's done, you gotta be ready to talk about that marketing stuff. But 9 times or 8 times out of 10, you won't even have to talk about it. If you guys are interested in what my listing presentation is, if ever I'm asked about the marketing, I'll make sure to share it over the next few weeks. But you need to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel in order to see that coming up in the next few weeks. Okay, so there you have it. Those are my 3 steps to my listing presentation. So don't forget, step number 1, the Ford acronym, build rapport with the client. Number 2, identify the primary motivation. And number 3, ask for the close. I hope that you guys enjoy these videos. It's always a pleasure for me putting them together. Don't forget to click the like button if you're enjoying these, and also subscribe to the channel for more coaching tips like this every single week. I'll see you later. Ciao.